Hey, Tony here. So today I'm going to go over the top 10 worst films that I watched that were released in 2024. This list was kind of hard to put together because there were some pretty good films throughout the year. But I do have a few. I was able to find 10. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that these were bottom of the barrel films. It's just these were the worst ones that I watched throughout the 2024 year that were released in 2024. So that being said, this is my own personal opinion, so please don't attack me for this list. So at number 10, I selected Trap. Overall, this movie, to me, a lot was given away in the trailer, which was unfortunate. And I had seen the trailer many times before seeing the film because it played all the time in the theater when I was there. But I enjoyed it okay. It wasn't the worst, but it does make my top 10. So this is number 10 for Trap. To me, it was just too much was already shown before I even saw the film. Okay, at number 9, it would be The Strangers Chapter 1. I really loved The Strangers film. And then I was really excited when they said that they were going to be doing a reboot of it and that there would be 3 chapters, I do believe. But this was so dull and so boring. Some of the good parts were also shown in the trailer, which is unfortunate. But to me, this right here was a very unnecessary film. And that is one, that's my number 9. So remember, I'm going from best to worst. That's my number 9. Okay, at number 8, this is a film that I was also anticipating and looking forward to based off of the original film, which was excellent. And that is for The Crow. I saw this one in the theater. It was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it was pretty dull and boring to me. I don't know what it was about it. It was dark and gloomy, which I think it was supposed to be. But I don't know. I just didn't like what they did with the story. But definitely worth having in the collection so that I can check it out again. So that would be my number 8. Okay, at number 7 is Kinds of Kindness. This film is from a director that I really don't care much for, based off of the films that have been released from this director. This is a story that's told in multiple different, I want to say there's 4 different story arcs in this, maybe 3. But it's not my kind of film. This right here would be my number 7. Didn't really care much for it, but it was artistic. I'll say that about it. Okay, at number 6, we have Watchmen, Chapter 1, the animated film. I watched this one, and it was really a big letdown for me. I know a lot of people praise this animated film. There's a part 2 already. But this right here, I just didn't care much for it. The animation looked fine, but I really enjoyed just the regular Watchmen film. I enjoyed it, the live action. This right here, I didn't care much for. So this right here would be my number 6. Okay, going from best to worst. At number 5 would be Killer's Game. This right here was a slog. I didn't really like the actors in this. They weren't very great. The story was very mediocre. A lot just did not happen in this film. And so that's why this made my number 5. Okay, at number 4 is Bob Marley One Love. I didn't really care for this film either. I really do like a music biopic, but I just could not get into this. I've never been big into this type of music, so it really didn't click with me. So that is why this is my number 4. Okay, at number 3 is a film that I actually did not purchase because it was so bad, and that is Tarot. That movie was awful. I hated it. I did not like the theater experience. I did not like the film. The acting was terrible. It wasn't scary, so that is my number 3. I will not own that one in my collection. So at number 2, which might surprise some people, and that is for The Last Kumite. To me, I did not like this film. It's got a beautiful looking steelbook. That's the reason why I bought it. But I didn't really care for this film. The story was kind of silly. Didn't really care for the characters, so that is my number 2. Now, the worst film of 2024 that was released in 2024 that I watched is The Exorcism with Russell Crowe. This was a terrible film. it did not have a very good story. It was very bland and dark. There wasn't anything that made me feel for the characters, and so that's the reason why I chose this as my number 1. So those are my top 10 worst films from 2024. Please leave me a comment below. Let me know what some of the worst films were that you watched that were released in 2024 to see if I agree with it. You can leave those comments down below. But thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and we will see you next time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Crap.